KMPC Sports. They are finishing the first round of the Bob Hope Desert Classic at Palm Springs. A little practice, but very little at Riverside Raceway today for Sunday's Winston Western 500. Airwatch weather, rain heavy at times through Friday. Gusty south to southeast winds. Low tonight 56, high tomorrow 63. Snow level about 7,000 feet. At 4:05, it's 59 degrees at KMPC. That's KMPC News, brought to you by United Airlines. They're building the largest airline in the world around you. This is Steinbrink. Now here's Gary.
When I think back on all the crap I learned in high school, it's a wonder I can think at all. And my life of education hasn't hurt me none. I can read the writing on the wall. Kodachrome, they give us those nice bright colors, give us the greens and summers, makes you think all the words in a sunny day. Oh yeah, I got my Nikon camera, I love to take a photograph. So mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. If you took all the girls I knew when I was single, brought them all together for one night, I know they'd never match my sweet imagination. And everything looks worse in black and white. Kodachrome, they give us the nice bright colors, they give us the greens of summers, makes you think all the world's a sunny day. Oh yeah, I got a Nikon camera, I love to take a photograph. So mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. 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 Mama, don't take my Kodachrome. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away.
Think negative.
Mama, don't take my Kodachrome. Leave your boys so far from home. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. Okay.
Watch this. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away, whatever you do there. Thank you. Proof again from Paul Simon that jogging makes a man's heart beat faster, especially when there's a beautiful girl doing it. It's 58 degrees in Hollywood. Welcome to inning number 3 of the Gary Owens Show. And how about this?
Quality you can taste. We got the freshest fun that ever stuffed a bun at In-N-Out. If only homemade goods they try to taste as good as an In-N-Out. You turn your order in, you're on the road again at the In-N-Out.
It's In-N-Out Burger's annual bumper sticker sweepstakes. Just stop in at any In-N-Out Burger. Get your free bumper sticker, nothing to buy, easy to follow rules. In-N-Out spotters are all over town. 74 winners notified each week during February. 8 lucky couples will win trips to Hawaii. Others will win Betamax video recorders or Marantz stereos. Hurry to your nearby In-N-Out Burger. Get your free bumper sticker and get it on.
In-N-Out. Oh, In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger's all about. In-N-Out.
Hey, get your free In-N-Out bumper sticker on East Lower Azusa Road between Santa Anita and Baldwin Avenue in Temple City. Big John told you about the weather. It's going to be rainy. Not much we can do about it except just take it easy, drive extra carefully. More rain heavy at times right on through Friday with gutsy south to southeasterly winds also. Low tonight about 56, high tomorrow 63. We're expecting maybe 2 to 2.5 inches of rain. And now, Gary, back to you. Well, thank you very much, me. What a pleasure it is. What a surprise it is to be here. Next time you're in the mood for something rich, cool, and creamy, try something new and different. Precious ricotta cheese with fruit. Now, it isn't like any ricotta cheese you've had before because Precious has taken the pure, creamy ricotta cheese they've been famous for 30 years and blended it with real strawberries or peaches. It is delicious, and the real surprise is that it is so good for you. No artificial flavors, no preservatives, high in protein. Protein, as you know, is a teen that plays for money as opposed to an amateur teen. A protein. Low in calories, only 180 per 4-ounce serving. Precious ricotta with fruit, being featured now at your favorite market.
KMPC.
Barbra Streisand, encore time, and Kiss Me in the Rain. Well, we've got rain to do the kissing in with osculatory
I
overtone.
remember sitting on the front steps, feeling the softness of a warm summer rain. I see the reflections of my mind, all the sadness, all the pain. Visions of yesterday, how fast they slip away. And though my dreams have come and gone, with one wish I can say, kiss me in the rain, make me feel like a child again, bring back all those memories, kiss me in the rain, make me feel like a child again, with the feeling that I get. I don't even mind if we get wet. And if I drift outside myself, please don't turn away. I'm searching for the innocence I've lost along the way. Come join me in my fantasy. Step out of space and time. There's only one thing left to do. So if you wouldn't mind, kiss me in the rain, make me feel like a child again. Bring back all those memories. Kiss me in the rain, make me feel like a child again, with the feeling that I get. I don't even mind if I get wet.
Barbara Streisand, Kiss Me in the Rain. Barbara just came into possession of an early Rembrandt, I understand. She did it when, well, I don't know if she did it, but I guess Rembrandt did it when he was about 4 years old. And it is an early Rembrandt. Let's take a look at it. Marmalade on Wallpaper. Of course, Rembrandt hadn't really gotten into his own at that point. It's 16 minutes past 4 o'clock, and it's 58 degrees. Well, you got to do something when it's raining out there. How about going to Southland Chevrolet?
Southland Chevy's got the winners like the Angels and the Rams. Southland Chevy's got the American spirit just like Disneyland. Southland Chevy's got the cars and trucks for the way we live today. We're Southland in Anaheim, Southland Chevrolet.
If you don't want to settle for anything less than a full-size, all-American truck on over to Southland Chevrolet, partner. Today at Southland, you can have just what you want for just $46.30. $46.30 for a man-sized 1980 Chevy pickup, while they last at Southland Chevrolet.
Southland Chevy's got the cars and trucks for the way we live today. We're Southland in Anaheim, Southland Chevrolet.
Big Chev pickups for $46.30? You best come see us right away at Lincoln and Euclid.
Southland Chevy in Anaheim, Southland Chevrolet.
The serial number for this pickup truck is number 343386, plus tax, license, and documentary fee. That's the love theme from traffic right now. The latest traffic conditions brought to you by Southern California Gas Company from KMPC Airwatch. Here's Big John in the spirit of 710.
Hey, very pleasant good afternoon to you.
Well, it's going along pretty good so far.
We're
I guess,
looking
huh?
fine, and if we can hold this rain off until we get all the folks home tonight, that'll be indeed fortunate. Looks like we might be able to do that in most of the area. We're moving south San Diego, Wilshire now, talking to Santa Monica Tower, and that's why I'm going to be hesitant here for a moment, waiting to hear what she's going to tell me. The traffic looks good into the Sepulveda Pass northbound. They had an earlier accident that has been cleared. All lanes open. The freeway is accident-free. West Ventura with just a bit of slowing. Now at Woodman and Van Nuys looks fine as you move across the valley. So for the Southern California Gas Company, John McElhenney, we're flying the spirit of 710. Here's Miss Pamela.
Thank you, Big John. Orange County continues to have light traffic. The one accident that we had 15 minutes ago should be cleared by now. It was on the transition road from the South 57 to the West Garden Grove. I've checked the San Diego, the 605 freeway, the Santa Ana crossing that Santa Fe Springs area, wide open, and now I'm looking at the Pomona freeway. 55 for you as you cross Azusa Avenue. This is Pamela at the Big Orange for the Southern California Gas Company. Here's Don in our Traffic Information Center.
And we had a minor mishap there north on the harbor right up near the 4 level a few minutes ago, and I just got word back from the fellows down there. The vehicles are out of the way, and the lanes are all open now, so it's busy and passable out of the Civic Center, in case you're down there. Traffic Information Center, Southern California Gas Company. This is Don Reed, 710 KMPC.
Driving a smaller car isn't the only way to save gas these days. Try parking a new gas range in your kitchen. A gas range with ESP. That's Energy Savings Payback. ESP means that the appliance has been designed to use less gas and save you money. With gas-saving features like pilotless ignition, convection ovens, and heavy-duty insulation, an ESP gas range will use up to 30% less gas than older models. They've got some figures that will make you warm up to new gas water heaters, too. With gas-saving pilots and burners plus heavy-duty insulation, they'll use up to 20% less gas. Also, you should look into a new gas dryer with ESP. It'll use up to 30% less gas. Now there are more efficient furnaces that use up to 13% less gas. So start collecting your energy savings payback with ESP gas appliances. You'll see how nice it is to increase your gas mileage right at home. Oh, excuse me, Carlton.
Hello.
Yeah, Carlton?
This is Carlton, your doorman,
Right.
and I'd like to welcome you to the Gary Owens Show.
Yeah, Gary Owens.
Come on in.
Come
Can't
on in.
get this sucker open.
Well, just a minute here. Well, you're trying to get there through the window, Carlton. He does a strange thing, and it isn't polite. He likes to walk across his telephone bill in his golf shoes because it drives the computers crazy.
Yeah. You don't know the half.
You're right, I don't. I admit it.
The Rams now having trouble containing their emotion. Players hugging players on the far sideline, jumping up and down. We're down to 30 seconds in the game as Saul comes out over the ball. Ferragamo will just fall on it. The Rams are conveying him behind the line. Ferragamo drops to his knees. Down he goes with 19 seconds to go, and that is it. The Los Angeles Rams are going to the Super Bowl. They pour on the field with 13 seconds to go in the game. They congratulate teammates and opponents alike. 8 seconds to go in the game. 7, 6. The Rams are on their way to Pasadena. 3, 2, 1. The Rams are in the Super Bowl, and they're heading back to California as NFC champions.
Ain't no stopping them now. The Rams and the Super Bowl. The Rams versus the dreaded Pittsburgh Steelers. Charlie Bird. What a sound on a rainy day. 1963 million seller of medication.
Yeah.
Carlton, just a moment. Standing on the guitar. Is that pretty or is that pretty? That's Charlie Bird. Thank you, Charlie. And Meditation from 1963. One of my favorite guitarists. George Russell is another of my favorite guitarists. I remember George saying when he first took guitar lessons when he was a teenager back in Chicago, he did something exactly the way Andre Segovia, would have done it. The string broke on his guitar, and he swore in Spanish. Whoa, the same way. 24 minutes past 4 o'clock. No matter what prices you've seen on TV sets elsewhere, and even at Griffey's, forget 'em. Now you can save more than ever during Griffey's sensational green tag sale. Just look for the unboxed display sets that carry the green tag. Griffey's must sell their open floor samples immediately, so they've reduced by, well, $50, $100, even $200. Griffey's green tag sale prices are so low you won't want to leave without buying. Hundreds of sets to choose from, consoles, portables, brand new models, and those famous late model hotel TVs at Griffey's Kiwi prices. Top brands, too, like RCA, Zenith, Hitachi, Magnavox, and more. So start the year with the TV buy of the year at Griffey's Green Tag Sale, up to $200 off, but only on the green tagged sets. Some of these open floor samples are one of a kind, so you won't find all models in all stores. There's a Griffey's minutes from your door in South Bay, the Valley, Alhambra, Long Beach, West L.A., Cerritos, and the new stores in Huntington Beach and West Covina. Don't miss it. Griffey's Green Tag Sale.
Well, you should see us now. We like to take a bow. 'Cause when it comes to pleasing people, we know how. We like the folks who fly to say for a fact the way our first-rate service will make them come back.
Once Once you fly the competition to Denver, you'll know just how good we are. And we're also good at getting you there at a time that suits you. Only Continental has 11 flights a day from Los Angeles International, Burbank, and Ontario airports. That's more than any other airline.
If they could see us now, we're better than before.
And on every flight, we give you plenty of legroom, headroom, and free stereo. So Continental doesn't mind the competition. It just makes us look better.
You should try us. You should see us now.
Let Continental show you the way to Denver non-stop 11 times a day from Los Angeles International, Burbank, and Ontario airports. Call today for more details. 26 past 4, 2.5 inches more rain expected in the next 24 hours. KMPC Jingle Time.
KMPC.
Stay for just a while. Stay and let me look at you. It's been so long I hardly knew you. Standing in the door. Stay with me a while. I only want to talk to you. We traveled halfway around the world to find ourselves again. September morn, we danced until the night became a brand new day. Two lovers playing scenes from some romantic play. September morning still can make me feel that way. Look at what you've done. Why, you've become a grown-up girl. I still can hear you crying in the corner of your room. And look how far we've come, so far from where we used to be. But not so far that we've forgotten how it was before. That September morn. Do you remember how we danced that night away? Two lovers playing scenes from some romantic play. September morning still can make me feel that way. September morn, we danced until the night became a brand new day. Two lovers playing scenes from some romantic play. September morning still can make me feel that way. September morn, we danced until the night became a brand new day. Two lovers playing scenes from some romantic play. September morning still can make me feel that way. September morning still can make me feel that way.
Neil Diamond, the new jazz singer. He'll be playing in the starring role out at Universal. September Norm, which is morn spelled inside out in a palindrome, sort of 58 degrees from KMPC and the Gary Owens Show. Say, is someone you know in trouble with PCP? Call the PCP helpline. They can answer your questions about this dangerous drug. Call the PCP helpline now at 628-7447. And now, Gary, back to you. In a moment, we're going to go to sports and Bob Steinbrink. It's time for Save-On's 3 great radio bargains. Good for 3 big days through Saturday at Save-On drugstores. Save 30 cents today on the 4-roll pack of 9 Nice and soft toilet tissue, only 79 cents. Save 74 cents on 2 of the 11-ounce cans of Colgate Instant Shave. 2 cans, only $1. Save 50 cents on Cascade Automatic Dishwashing Detergent. The big 65-ounce family-size box, only $1.87. That's 25 cents off label from Cascade and another 25 cents off that price from Save On. See why they say save time and save money. Shop Save On, open till 9:30 tonight.
Save On's the one, the family drugstore. Save On's the one, bringing you more. Listen for us every day. Save your money and you'll save. Save On's the one. Save On.
Remember, save 30 cents on the 4-roll pack of nice and soft toilet tissue. Save 74 cents on 2 cans of Colgate Instant Shave. Save 50 cents on Cascade for automatic dishwashers at Save On, a great place to shop. This is a great place to listen. KMPC Los Angeles. This is the Gary Owens Show. Bob Steinbrink is next with the afternoon sports report.
Want to play a game?
Well, yeah, sure.
Guess who had a hole-in-one today in the Bob Hope Desert Classic?
Well, let's see. Certainly wasn't you because you were working here. Al Geiberger.
No.
No? Is Al Geiberger playing in there?
I believe he is, yes.
Yeah. You know, he made a hole in a peanut butter sandwich. He carries peanut butter sandwiches with him. I don't know who made a hole in one today.
Arnold Palmer.
Did he really?
Yes.
Well, maybe that isn't as surprising as it sounds. The man is one of the great all-time golfers, and so they must not be having quite as much rain as they had yesterday then.
It was relatively dry there today.
Yeah.
The question is tomorrow.
That's great. Congratulations to Arnold.
Wasn't that marvelous?
Yes.
He's won that event 5 times. The last time he won a tournament in this country, in fact, was the Hope Classic in 1973. There was another hole-in-one today by Keith Fergus, a youngster on his way up. Not likely to have the great career Arnold Palmer did, but who will?
You know, I have a quick question for you, and I'll let you continue with your sports. Have you seen Rod Carew since the playoff games?
No.
Well, I had the pleasure of sitting next to Rod last night at the testimonial and roast of Gene Autry, our chairman of the board, being named Sportsman of the Decade by the Westwood Shrine Club at the Beverly Hilton.
I heard that was a blast of proportions to reach the moon.
It was really phenomenal. It was marvelous, and our congratulations to Gene. But I'm sitting next to Rod, and I said, just a moment. Now, he's wearing a very, very nice tuxedo, but there's something different about him. He has grown a mustache.
You're kidding.
And he doesn't look like the same person. He's a very handsome man either way.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while, Gene Autry came over to both of us and arrested us for inhaling tumbleweeds. But I had never
smuggling caterpillars.
Yes, I had never seen Rod Carew in a mustache before. He says that his feeling is that the American League West next year, the tough team that the Angels are going to have to beat is the Texas Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I think so.
I think most people will agree.
I think so.
Okay, now back to Bob and his sportscast.
Okay, more on the Hope Classic, which they got the first round in finally today. After rain held up things yesterday, the first round leaders, Bob Probin, Keith Fergus, and Jerry Pate, each with a 68, each at a different course. Defending champion John Mahaffey shot a 70, and there are 8 players tied in second place with a 69. They got some cars out to practice at Riverside Raceway this afternoon for the Winston 500, but they only ran about 30 minutes under the yellow flag, never got up to speed. 18 cars are out, 38 cars have gotten through technical inspection, and they are worried about rain, of course, this weekend at Riverside, but there is a chance that the rain will have gone away by Sunday. One of those will be running, coming back after a 10-year layoff from racing as far as getting behind the wheel, Dan Gurney. I asked Gurney, one of the great heroes of Southern California motor racing and a world champion, what his old friends say about him getting back into the fray of battle.
Well, about 98% of them say, boy, this is terrific. We're going to be there, and we're rooting for you, and we want you to show those young whippersnappers how to get, all that stuff.
He didn't say what the other 2% said. More sports in a moment.
All right, class. Today, let's look at the energy crisis back in the 1980s and how scientists helped solve it by turning America's 200-year coal supply into electrical energy. Now, let's all turn
That's the kind of history you're hoping for and Texaco's hoping to make. Hi, Bob Hope here for Texaco. Speaking of history, Texaco spent millions to develop a coal gasification process that could turn America's plentiful coal supply into plenty of clean fuel gas to generate electricity. To test the process, Texaco, with several other companies, plans to invest many millions in a demonstration plant. The search for energy demands commitment like this and the earnings that make such commitment possible. Over the next 5 years, Texaco plans to invest more than $10 billion, mostly from earnings, in capital and exploratory expenditures, including new energy technologies like coal gasification. And the more we can invest, the more energy we can bring you. Texaco, we're working to keep your trust.
Pittsburgh Steelers began practice today for the Super Bowl on Sunday against the Los Angeles Rams. 3 players didn't work out: Lynn Swann and lineman Sam Davis and Steve Corson. And also working out, but he has a bad ankle and a sore back, is John Stallworth did work out. They will practice in Pittsburgh through Saturday and then head west. The LA City Council voted today to support legislation that would make it easier to bring a new pro team to LA to replace the Rams, who you know are going to Anaheim. John McEnroe and Vitas Gerulaitis won in the Grand Prix Masters Tennis Tournament round robin today. Tonight it'll be Jimmy Connors against Bjorn Borg. Frank Kush, fired Arizona State coach, is one of 3 candidates for the head coaching job of the Baltimore Colts. The others, George Welch of the Navy and former Eagles coach Mike McCormick. Earl Bruce, the coach of Ohio State, picked the Coach of the Year by the American Football Coaches Association. Boston Celtics star Larry Bird in a hospital last night for x-rays of an injured hand. The doctor says Bird will be able to play tomorrow night at home against Atlanta. On sports at 6 tonight, the Rams' Jack Youngblood and Doug France, and the Valley News sports writer Rick Talley. At Santa Anita, Crompton won the first race, paid $7.80. Second race to Puppy Dog Tails, paid $15.80. The 1-4 Daily Double, $95. Third race won by Chat 2, paid $3.40. The fourth by Regretfully, $15 payoff. Fifth race, No Saint, $8. The place horse Pierre Lamont, the 4-8 Exacta, $75. The sixth won by Quick Rapport, paid $10.80. Magenta paid $3.60, winning the seventh. The place horse Cam Win Ruler, the 6-2 Exacta, $40. The eighth race, Be a Prospect, paid $7.40. Cam with McCargup will tote top weight Saturday in the Santa Monica handicap at Santa Anita, 124 pounds. That's sports. Here's Gary.
It's traffic time. Let's go to the latest conditions now. Brought to you by Datsun from KMPC Airwatch. Here's Big John in the spirit of 710.
Boy, hello.
My gosh, I don't know. This kind of weather is a little strange, isn't it? Now, it's kind of the lull before more rain.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I think so. And
you mentioned that we might have another 2.5 inches.
Yeah, it could very well be, and they're still saying that. But it looks to me like it's slowing down just a bit now. Their original plan called the general rain to start between, or the corporal rain, whatever, between 6 and 7 this evening.
All right.
No rain as yet. I'm in the South Bay Curve area. But looking out there, it looks sort of dark to the west of us here. So perhaps it'll get in here this evening. Rain tonight and tomorrow. But let's hope everyone can get home safe and sound. Let's talk about the San Diego Freeway south from LA International. Nice trip around the South Bay Curve. All lanes open, accident-free. However, at Western, you'll note a stalled van-type vehicle center divider, and then if you look to your right, 2 vehicles over in the dirt. They're clear of the freeway. Don Reed has notified the Highway Patrol. We're going to run a unit over here and see what we have. Notice one of the young men standing by the car pointing at the occupant. Perhaps we have a medical aid situation. We'll check that out and find out. But all that southbound San Diego at Western, the lanes are open. Just requires your driving attention. Harbor Freeway looks good once you've cleared Santa Barbara. That's a nice drive on down to San Pedro tonight. So no major accidents to report to you. Here's this is all for Dotson. Here's Miss Pamela, Big Orange.
Thank you, Big John, and I'm northbound on the San Diego Freeway, just coming up on the junction with the 605. We have excellent driving conditions, as we have throughout Orange County. Having just checked in the last 15 minutes, the San Diego, the Newport, Santa Ana, Garden Grove, and 57. So for Dotson, nothing much happening from here. This is Pamela at the Big Orange, and here's Don.
In the Traffic Information Center. Let me see, east on that 91, the Artesia Freeway. It's been about 8-10 minutes ago now. Fellows from the CHP called for 2 tow trucks to go over there and take care of that problem, slowing things down. John was talking about the accident there. Well, as a matter of fact, I was talking with Monty Kiefer, CHP, and he sort of reminded me while we reported that accident John was talking about that the 395, Gary, north of Bishop, for the skiers going up there.
Right. 395 was marked down from 4.
Yeah, that was originally the old 400 freeway, and it's been reduced to 395.
Yes.
And
what did he say is happening up there?
He said just north of Bishop, We got wind, snow, and low visibility. And anybody that's thinking about going up there for skiing, not right now, because you're only going to make it as far as Bishop, because the fellows there from his little troopers have got to close down for a while, because it's really got a lot of heavy storms up there. I think John was talking about. John, weren't you saying the winds are expected to be up about 50 miles an hour up there?
Yeah, 50 to 60, Don. That's what the forecaster's calling for.
Yeah, and that's just the good weather, Gary.
Yeah,
You can sail a horseshoe in that kind of weather.
Yes, anyway, it's kind of sicky up there, Gary, and so I passed the word for our friends down at CHP. For Dodson Traffic Information Center, Don Reed, 710 KMPC.
Thank you, gang.
What's new, California? Datsun just reinvented the pickup. That's what.
Gonna pick you up like never before.
Yes, America's first small truck is now its newest small truck, the completely redesigned 1980 Datsuns. There's a wide choice of little hustlers, king cabs, and the new Datsun long bed with a cargo area over 7 feet long.
Gonna pick you up.
New Datsuns haul more payload than some bigger rigs on a lot less gas. Datsun's gas mileage with 5-speed is 21% better than its nearest competitor. EPA estimated 23 mpg. Use this number for comparison. Your mileage may differ.
Gonna pick you up like never before. Datsun, we are
To bring you the biggest news in the history of small trucks.
Gary Owens.
You know, life in the early western United States wasn't real easy. Many cowboys and pioneers had to work hard fixing barbed wire and nurgling their lean-tos.
Say, stranger, what does a carpenter use to build a gallows? Hangnails. Okay, thanks very much. See you around.
No, it wasn't an easy way to survive, mainly because of a lot of bad jokes in the prairie. And because there was no banking institution around like Pretty Good Out West Savings.
Hey, let's race down to the corral. Okay. And may the best man win. Oh, so you're against me, too. Oh, yeah, of course.
Pretty Good Out West Savings. Member, the Alamo.
Set aside Thursday, Friday, and Saturday
for Montgomery Ward's 3-day sale with outstanding savings off the regular price.
Women's ski jackets and robes, half price. Ward's zip front cardigan sweaters for men, half price. Boys' parkas and wool blend plaid shirts, half price. Ward's Corningware and Pyrex sets, half price. Perfect for Ward's microwave oven with defroster at a $100 saving. Ward's portable or console color television sets, stereo components with cassette and 8-track, sewing machines to vacuum cleaners, all at a big savings through Saturday at Ward.
And Montgomery Ward's white sale is tops. Just listen to this. Ward's percale sheets in a trees pattern, half price. Twins for $2.99 to kings for $7.99, half price. Twin pattern bedspreads with eyelet ruffles, $24.88. Mattress pads for $5.99. Polyester fill pillows, 2 for $5. Extra large bath towels, $4.99, and so much more.
On sale weeknights till 9, Saturday 10 to 6.
During Montgomery Ward's 3-day sale through Saturday.
So why not charge the whole thing?
Thank you, Wanker. 58 degrees in Hollywood right now as you go to Montgomery Ward and listen to the Fifth Dimension. Never My Love. 16 minutes until 5 on the Gary Owens Show. As Big John told you, more rain coming our way.
Never my love, never my love. You wonder if this heart of mine will lose its desire for you. Never my love. Love.
Never My Love, the Fifth Dimension memory flogger on the Gary Owens Show. 13 till 5 o'clock at KMPC tonight on Sports at 6 with Scott St. James. Doug France and Jack Youngblood of the L.A. Rams will be on board, in addition to Rick Talley, the fine sports columnist for the Valley News. So that'll be another big blockbuster show tonight, starting at 6. The KMPC Sports Wire's back. In-N-Out Burger's got it. For all the latest in sports inflammation, dial 460-4000 24 hours a day. When you can't be near KMPC, it's too bad, isn't it? Well, you can do something about it. Call the In-N-Out Burger Sports Wire. In-N-Out Burger has the freshest hamburgers in town. That number again, 460-4000 KMPC Sports Wire.
The Gary Owens Rumor of the Day.
Hi, rumor fans, on this wet whatever... Oh, it's Thursday, isn't it? Yes. To be a chiropodist in Holland, all you need is a pair of tweezers.
You've just heard the Gary Owens Rumor of the Day. KMPC.
They wear wooden shoes.
Los Angeles.
Well, it wasn't too great, but it was silly.
Los Angeles.
Yes.
KMPC.
Thank you very much. All right, excuse me, I just fell down over here. Hit my head against a bell, didn't I? The Troy division of Data Card Corporation will host an open house this Saturday, January 12th, at the Santa Ana plant for the purpose of offering career and employment information to the engineering, technical, and manufacturing professions. Data Card's growing range of product lines has created positions which offer individual growth opportunities in an exciting electronics industry. Their open house this weekend will acquaint you with the needs and opportunities now available at Data Card Troy. So get a pencil, write this down, or write it up, depending on where you are now. Data Card Troy, 2331 South Pullman Street, Santa Ana, California. Data Card Open House, Saturday, January 12th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is located at 2331 South Pullman Street in Santa Ana. 58 degrees in Hollywood on the Gary Owens Show, 11 minutes until 5 o'clock at KMPC. The latest traffic conditions brought to you by Santa Barbara Savings and Loan. From KMPC Airwatch, Big John flying the spirit of 710.
Suppose if I went up to Santa Barbara Savings and Loan, I could see the Lone Ranger.
You know, you probably could. Tonto would be there if the Lone Ranger isn't. He'd explain what kemosabe really means.
Hey, old Dudley's smiling. He already knows.
He knows that. Not tonight, Tonto. I have a mask ache.
Then you know what you can do with your silver bullets.
Okay.
Long Beach Freeway looks fine as you move south from the Civic Center here, from the Santa Ana. Everything wide open for you. We left that South Bay curve, and you're going to see some activity there at Western moving southbound on that San Diego Freeway. Couple on the right side, Highway Patrol on the scene. They're awaiting a rescue ambulance. Perhaps Don Reed can update us on that one. But as I left the scene, the lanes were all open for you. For Santa Barbara Savings and Loan, John McElhaney, we're flying the Spirit of 710. Here's Pamela.
John, I'd like to give you an attaboy. I'm right over that problem garage. This is southbound San Diego Freeway at Weston. Here's an instant where John flew over, ascertained something was wrong, called Don Reed. He's notified the rescue ambulance. So with that little bit of teamwork, going to help someone who needs some medical aid on the San Diego Freeway. Isn't that
shows
great?
the power of the whole business, and specifically KMPC, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's great, and it takes good eyes, of course, to see what's going on.
Sure does, and another job well done.
Yeah, so to both of them, great, and the CHP is on the scene now, and everything's taken care of. Leaving Orange County briefly, just to come over here and look at the San Diego Freeway, we have wide open, very light traffic, no major problems. The accident that Don Reed was talking about on the 91 freeway around Bloomfield is actually on the Artesia Boulevard on-ramp to the eastbound 91. The tow trucks, they both overshot it, and last seen they were backing up the side of the freeway to that on-ramp. The lanes are open, though, not causing a traffic hazard. This is Pamela the Big Orange from Santa Barbara Savings and Loan, and here's Don, the other half of that team.
Well, let me see. For those departing the downtown section, the usual cars where we have no reports from the CHP, our little monitors are more or less green. We have no problems going out the Pasadena Freeway after you get past the tunnels, of course, or the Hollywood. Matter of fact, if you're heading for the east side. So far, so good. But about another 10 minutes, we're going to have a lot of troops out there with the 5 o'clock people will be on the freeways. So for Santa Barbara Savings and Loan, Traffic Information Center, Don Reed, 710 KMPC.
There. Your lights should be okay now, Mr. Allen.
Fine. Now, if you could lighten all this tax work of mine.
Tax work, huh? Say, what would an accountant like you recommend as a tax shelter for a guy like me?
Tax shelter? That's easy, Hank. Since you're self-employed, go to a good savings and loan and open up a Keogh retirement plan. Oh, reminds me, I have a date at Santa Barbara Savings myself.
You're right, Mr. Allen. With an individual retirement account here at Santa Barbara Savings, you can
Put away part of my income every year without paying taxes on it.
or on the interest until you start withdrawing at retirement when you should be in a lower tax bracket.
Say, where'd you learn so much about tax-deferred retirement plans?
Well, that's a specialty of ours.
Why, look who's here. Did you get that Keogh plan, Hank?
Sure did. These people are experts.
At Santa Barbara Savings, helping you save for retirement and save on taxes is why we're here.
Nearby offices in Huntington Beach, South Laguna, San Clemente, and Laguna Hills. Over 70 offices statewide. This is new from J.D. Souther, S-O-U-T-H-E-R. Strange way to spell J.D., but that's what's listed here. You're only lonely. That's the only problem. It's 7 minutes until 5 o'clock. Now, news upcoming at 5.
When the world is ready to fall on your little shoulders, and when you feel lonely and small, you need somebody there to hold you. You can call out my name. When you're only lonely, why don't you ever be ashamed? You're only lonely. When you need somebody around on the nights that try you, remember I was there when you were a queen, and I'll be the last one there beside you, so you can call out my name when you're only lonely. Now don't you ever be ashamed. You're only lonely. When the world is ready to fall on your little shoulders, and when you feel lonely and small, you need somebody there to hold you. So don't you ever be ashamed. You're only lonely. Oh, you can call out my name when you're only lonely. When you're only lonely. Oh, it's no crime. Darling, we got lots of there's nothing wrong with you. Darling, I get lonely too. So if you need me, all you've gotta do is call me. Yeah, you're only
Nothing wrong with you that a good frontal lobotomy wouldn't help. You're only lonely. J.D. Souther on the Gary Owens Show. 4 minutes until 5 o'clock. Well, I happen to be a very emotional guy. As you know, I like to grab a girl like he's describing in that song. I like to grab a girl in my arms and hold her closely and tell her how wonderful I am.
When you rent a lift truck, you want the right lift truck delivered on time. But you want something else, too. You want that lift truck to work. That's why Johnson Lift announces the first rental policy that assures your lift truck will perform as promised, or Johnson Lift pays. Simply stated, Johnson Lift promises this. When you rent a Caterpillar lift truck from our modern and well-maintained fleet, it'll work. If it breaks down, we'll fix it or replace it pronto. For every hour you wait, we have to pay. We'll credit you triple the hourly rental charge from when you notify us until it's fixed or replaced. Up to $100.
Cat Plus.
Call Johnson Lift in 213, dial 225-5228. The numbers spell call CAT, 225-5228. Offer subject to some limitations.
Caterpillar lift trucks, we make good on what we promise.
We promise.
Gary Owens.
My, what a beautiful watch your father got you for graduation after working and saving for it for over 6 years.
Bleh! I was hoping for a long genie instead of this cheap, crummy thing. Look at it. The hands look arthritic. It's got the only watch face with acne. And what's that strap made out of? Beef jerky? I'll bet he had to buy at least 3 boxes of Cracker Jack to find one like this. I was hoping for a long genie.
Madge, wasn't it sweet of Earl to get you that lovely watch for your birthday?
I was hoping for a long genie. Look at this ratty thing. I expected it to turn my wrist screen, but look, my whole arm. You can come up with better watches than this if you roll winos. I was hoping for a long genie.
Long Genie, the watch wanted by more ungrateful, rude, boorish, selfish jerks who don't have the manners or grace to appreciate a gift than any other.
KMPC.
Tangerine, she's all they claim, with her eyes of night and lips as bright as flame. Tangerine, when she dances by, senorita stare and caballero sigh. And I've seen toast to Tangerine raised in every bar across the Argentine. Yes, she has them all on the run, but her heart belongs to just one. Her heart belongs to Tangerine. Tangerine, she is all they claim, with her eyes of night and lips as bright as flame. Tangerine, when she dances by, senoritas stare and all the fellas sigh. And I've seen toast to Tangerine raised in every bar across the Argentine. Yes, she has them all on the run, but her heart belongs to just one. Her heart belongs to Tangerine. I mean to tell you that she has them all on the run, but her heart belongs to just one. Her heart belongs to Tangerine.
What a combination. Frank Sinatra, Neil Hefti in the orchestra, and Tangerine on the Gary Owens Show from KMPC.
This is the Super Bowl station.
Los Angeles Rams are going to the Super Bowl.
KMPC, Los Angeles.
It is 5 o'clock and 57 degrees in L.A. Time now for KMPC News with Bob Steinbrink, brought to you by the motor oil in the bright yellow can, Pennzoil with famous additive Z7. It's worth asking for. Bob, what's new this hour?
First off, Gary, let's check in with John McElhaney in the spirit of 710 and find out, pardon me, what the storm situation looks like and what we can expect.
Now, Bob, this frontal system that we've been expecting looks to me like it's going to be running right on schedule. It's slowed down just a little bit. We're looking for it to move in here to start the rating at between 6 and 7. Hopefully we can get everyone off the freeways by that time, but it's coming. And we can expect between 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain locally. It's packing some winds with it. They'll be out of the southeast, 25 to 30 miles an hour, very windy in the mountains, and heavy rains up there. We could have 3 to 4 inches in the mountains before we get through this one. It'll rain heavy tonight into tomorrow morning, and then more rain scheduled for tomorrow night as the second front approaches out there, Bob. That's the way it looks. Temperatures about 63 degrees tomorrow at the Civic Center. That's the way it's looking, Bart.
Thank you, John. More wells in the San Gabriel Valley are being shut off because of chemical pollution, 9 of them serving 263,000 people. The State Health Department order adds these to 4 other wells shut down earlier in the week. So far, scientists say the chemical pollution, while above permissible levels, has not been health-threatening. KMPC News Time, 5:02.
Back even before the automobile was invented, a tradition began that continues to this very day. The Pennzoil tradition of quality and performance. If you want some solid evidence of that Pennzoil tradition, just take a minute to consider the advantages of the newest member of the Pennzoil family of fine lubricants, Pennzoil PZL. Pennzoil PZL is the Pennzoil that saves gasoline. It was developed by Pennzoil scientists to be a motor oil that can actually allow a car's engine to run easier so you can go farther on a gallon of gasoline. In addition, Pennzoil PZL is designed to be a long-life motor oil. This means it allows you to go farther between oil changes, another important saving. Of course, if you've just bought a brand new car, change oil is recommended by the manufacturer to protect your warranty. Pennzoil PZL, a worthy addition to the Pennzoil family of quality lubricants. Pennzoil PZL is in a bright yellow Pennzoil can with big silver letters that say PZL. Ask for it. Enjoying the Pennzoil tradition of quality.
The UN General Assembly is now in recess, but tomorrow it will resume debate of the Russian invasion of Afghanistan. They began today over the objections of the Soviet bloc. In several days, it's likely the Assembly will pass a resolution demanding withdrawal of Soviet troops from Afghanistan. It's unlikely the Russians will do so. Rebels in northeast Afghanistan claim 4 victories today over the Red Army, and they claim control of that section of the country. The president's punitive measures against the Soviets for the invasion drew a bitter blast from Russian propaganda writers today. In the United States, Nobel economist Milton Friedman says that the limit on grain sales will hurt the U.S. more than it will hurt the Soviet Union. Argentina says it will not reduce its grain sales to Russia. But the president's limits on grain and other steps are getting general support among our allies in Europe. That Soviet ship in the port of Sacramento to pick up a load of corn is still there. The channel is closed to San Francisco while a Navy minesweeper checks for explosives. An anonymous caller claimed patriotic scuba divers put mines in the channel. A delegation of the terrorists holding the 50 Americans hostage in Tehran visited Ayatollah Khomeini today. No word in what they talked about. UN Secretary General Waldheim offered little encouragement for an early end to that crisis.
In such delicate, dangerous situations, we have to show patience. We have to continue the process of negotiations. If you talk about the hostages, certainly I'm the first one who is most unhappy about this long duration of their captivity. I deeply regret it, and I feel with them. But don't forget what I said in the past. In similar situations, it took 9 months. It took over a year before such problems could be solved. Therefore, I feel we must continue our efforts. We must have patience, and I'm quite confident that we will solve the problem.
The State Department says the U.S. will impose sanctions on Iran, even if the Security Council does not. Bad news and good news on energy. 4 major oil companies raised the wholesale price of gasoline 3 cents a gallon. You'll pay it at the pump almost immediately. A federal agency gave final approval to a portion of a pipeline to carry natural gas from Alaska to the lower 48. If things go according to plan, some of that gas will be burning in Southern California by next November. This portion of KMPC News brought to you by the Ask For Motor Oil Pennzoil. And remember, you can get famous Pennzoil quality in an oil filter, too. It's available for both foreign and domestic cars. Ask for it, the Pennzoil Oil Filter. KMPC News continues, brought to you by Norwalk Toyota. Back to Big John in the spirit of 710 for a report on traffic.
And Bob, I'm westbound on the San Bernardino Freeway. I'm Mel Monte Airport here at Peck Road, and you're going to enjoy your trip home this evening. It's moderately busy on out to about New Avenue there. Lee's for you a bit more slowing at the 605. The important thing, it's accident-free. Same thing applies to the eastbound 210 from the city of Pasadena. You're looking fine. Here's Miss Pamela.
John, we continue to have light, well-moving traffic down here in Orange County as I fly over the junction of the Santa Ana and the Newport Freeway. Southbound Santa Ana, just a little busy over the other one, picking up the on-ramp traffic. Same problems happening east on the Riverside Freeway. It comes to a usual halt right over the Santa Ana, then progresses slowly to the east. The only culprit is that on-ramp traffic. Lanes open, no accidents that I'm aware of. Disabled truck on the right shoulder is slowing some of the westbound Riverside traffic just west of State College, but it's only a minute or two's delay. This is Pamela in the Big Orange, and here's John Reed in Traffic Information Center.
And we have one little spot in the central area north on the Golden State. Just as you get up to the Pasadena there, they had a little problem, and they just pushed him up into the center divider, so all the lanes are open over there, and that just leaves the 5 o'clock troops moving out of the downtown section, slow but sure. At the moment, Robert?
Thank you, Don. KMPC News Time 5:06.
Toyota means quality. Toyota means trouble-free cars. Toyota means Norwalk Toyota. Norwalk Toyota is 6.5 acres of new Toyotas, the largest volume of Toyota trucks in the U.S., the largest stock of Toyota parts, a complete body shop and large resale department of fully reconditioned quality used cars. Norwalk Toyota also features Odyssey, Chinook, and Easy Rider recreational vehicles, all built on Toyota chassis for fuel economy and low maintenance. Norwalk Toyota is famous for personal service by a highly experienced sales staff, no pressure selling. Sales manager benevolent Lou Moody or courteous Clem Clements, the new car manager, will get you the best deal possible. Clem, by the way, invented push-ups. He gets terrific royalties. Every time you do a push-up, he gets $1 per up. And, of course, Orville Paul, owner of Norwalk Toyota, says, "Our aim is not to be the biggest, but the best." Orville said that right after pumping up his lips in the next room. Norwalk Toyota is convenient to Los Angeles and Orange County, 11530 Firestone Boulevard, just east of the Imperial Firestone intersection. Open 7 days. There's Toyota value for you at Norwalk Toyota.
Governor Brown's State of the State message to a joint session of the legislature was a little longer than usual, over 20 minutes, got only light applause. He proposed programs for mass transit, energy, welfare benefits, and other things. But when he got to the end, he drew laughter, which he may not have expected. You can hear the snickers in the background as he calls on his fellow office holders to rein in their political ambition.
And while we all pursue our paths in the next several months, I would just close and ask with this one thought, that we, at times, try to subordinate our own ambition and our own individual egos to a much larger purpose. And that much larger purpose is the securing of this state and the securing of our country. I refer to myself, but I also refer to the senators, to the assemblymen, to the legislators, to all of us. There is much ambition in the hearts of this room, but there is much trouble in the people of this land.
L.A. Senator Diane Watson liked the programs, but has reservations about Brown.
I feel that he's very creative and innovative and certainly proposes the kinds of programs that will address the energy crisis needs and so on for the future. I would hope that the governor would now take his time and his energy to seeing that these programs are carried through to fruition. I would hope that this speech announced that the governor was going to come back to California, decrease his activities in running for the presidency, and put his own efforts behind seeing these programs succeed.
The Los Angeles City Council postponed action on a proposed change in the police and fire pension system today after some heated debate on a council committee's recommendations. Santa Barbara went to court today trying to end an 8-day strike by policemen. President Carter unveiled a $2 billion program to try to help educate and employ young, disadvantaged people. It will take effect in about 2 years. The Ford plant at Pico Rivera is going to be shut down. More than 1,600 workers will be thrown out of a job. The new conductor of the Boston Pops Orchestra, succeeding the late Arthur Fiedler, Oscar-winning composer John Williams. Dow Jones Industrials closed up almost 9 points on sales of nearly 56 million shares today. The average share gained 27 cents. The Labor Department says inflation at the wholesale level ran at 12.5% in 1979. John told you it's going to rain. It's 58 degrees at 5:10 in Hollywood. That's KMPC News, brought to you by Norwalk Toyota. Join in the Norwalk Toyota celebration. Norwalk Toyota wants to thank everyone for making 1979 such a successful year. They are now among the top 4 Toyota dealers in the entire nation. In order to maintain this record sales volume, they must move 85 Celicas by January 31st. So now's your perfect time for dealing, so you can set your sights on wheeling a beautiful new Celica off the showroom floor at Norwalk Toyota, 11430 Firestone Boulevard at Imperial in Norwalk. This is Steinbrink. Now here's Gary.
We're not so far from here. All I know is all I feel right now. I feel the power growing in my hair. Sitting on my own, not by myself. Everybody's here with me. I don't need to touch your face to know. I don't need to use my eyes to see. I keep on wondering if I sleep too long. Will I always wake up the same or so? I keep on wondering if I sleep too long. Will I even wake up again or something? No, I am. The times there were when I thought not. Leading half my soul in bad company. I thank the moon I had the strength to stop. No, I'm not making love to anyone's wishes, only for that guide I see. 'Cause when I'm dead and low in my grave, that's gonna be the only thing that's left of me. If I make it to the water side, will I even find me a boat or so? And if I make it to the water side, I'll be sure to write you a note or something. Yo, I'm on my way, I know I am. Somewhere not so far from here. All I know is all I feel right now. I feel the power growing in my hair. Oh, life is like a maze of doors, and they all open from the side you're on. Just keep on pushing hard, boy. Try as you may, you're gonna wind up where you started from. You're gonna wind up where you started from.
Cat Stevens lost about 5 of his 9 lives so far with a great sound of sitting. 1972. 57 degrees in the Gary Owens Show. More rain coming our way, as Big John McElhaney told us from KMPC Airwatch Weather Central. Maybe another 2 to 2.5 inches of wet stuff in the next 24 hours.
On August 16th, 1977, Elvis Presley was found dead at Graceland. At his funeral, Jackie Kahane made the same simple announcement he made at the close of all Elvis's shows. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left. This week, on what would have been Elvis's 45th birthday, an extraordinary book is being published. Elvis, We Love You Tender. The story of Elvis's life and the drugs that ended it. Told by his stepmother, Dee Presley, and his constant companions, Billy, Rick, and David Stanley. Elvis, We Love You Tender will cost $14.95, but an exclusive 32-page version is free to paid subscribers of the Valley News, or pick up yours at the newsstand. Read Elvis, We Love You Tender in the Valley's own bestseller, the Valley News, Sunday, January 13th.
Call the Valley News for home delivery, just $1 a week, 997-4241. Doug Coleman in Orange sent me this neat potpourri of bloopers. Says, Dear Garish, during the holidays you mentioned a couple of typographical errors that had popped up in area papers, and that prompted me to pass along the enclosed. Once each year, members of the Orange County Press Club gather to honor royal fluffs that have occurred in print over the preceding 12 months. The event, based upon some long-forgotten fit of creativity, is called Blooper Night. Such a session has just been recovered from somewhat. The publications responsible for these various gems shall remain nameless. Suffice it to say that sooner or later, just about every operation that puts ink on paper finds itself basking in the Blooper Night spotlight. You'll note that after each gaffe, an award is noted. They are verbal only. Just one actual physical presentation takes place during the evening, and that is of the fabled Edsel plaque. Each year, the name of the Grand Bloopee, chosen by a select committee, and only after much quite serious deliberation, is added to the list of names on this perpetual trophy, which otherwise consists of an Edsel grill mounted upon a purloined cabinet door. Let's see. The perils of purloined, right? They stole it. As scriptwriter for this annual McBinney, though most of the 1970s, or through most of the 1970s, there was a typo there. I thought he had said through, and he said through. It's been my distinct pleasure to deal with such memorable headlines as Martha Stands by Her John. These are actual headlines through the 70s in Orange County. We should never forget December 7th, 1942. Well, he's missed it by a year there, right? Fire breaks out in Brea Auto Dealer. Rumors El Toro may clothes fly. General Graham takes post with the S dropped out of post. So it'd be, what, General Graham takes pot, right? These are all legitimate headlines that somewhere appeared in the Blooper Awards. And U.S. illiteracy rate alarming, with the word illiteracy misspelled. I love it. Thank you, Doug Coleman of Orange, for sending us this stuff. KMPC. We'll look over some more bloopers after we do our own here at KMPC with the Little River Band and the Gary Owens Show. 57 degrees right now, wet stuff on the way, and a cool change, that's the title.
If there's one thing in my life that's missing, it's the time that I spend alone, sailing on the cool and bright clear water. There's lots of those friendly people, they're showing me ways to go, but I never want to lose their inspiration. Time for change. I know that it's time for a cool change. Well, I was born in the side of water, and it's there that I feel my best. The albatross and the whales, they are my brothers. It's kind of a special feeling when you're out on the sea alone, staring at the full moon like a lover. Time for a cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. Now that my life so free and red, I know that it's time for a cool change. I've never been romantic, and sometimes I don't care. I know it may sound selfish, but let me breathe the air. Yeah, let me breathe the If there's one thing in my life that's missing, it's the time that I spend alone, sailing on the cool and bright clear water. It's kind of a special feeling, out on the sea alone, staring at the full moon like a lover.
little change. I guess you've asked yourself that question a lot with the Little River Band, the Riddled Liver Band, all the way from Australia. We're a minute away from traffic right here at 22 minutes past 5 at KMPC.
With Air California, we make it easy to fly.
When you're traveling to San Francisco, San Jose, or Oakland, your money goes a long way on Air California. We offer 5 money-saving discount plans that make it easy to fly. Take off from convenient Orange County and Ontario airports, and you can save 15 to 30% when you fly with us.
With Air California.
Only Air California has discounts for families, groups, vacationers, and tours. Our economy fare saves 30% when you make reservations and buy tickets 7 days ahead. But seats are limited, so call your travel agent now and make your money go a long way.
With Air California, we make it easy to fly.
Yes, 57 degrees Los Angeles right now, and you know what time that is. Time for me to find the Air California tag. You're right, Gary. Non-stop service to San Francisco from nearby Ontario and Orange County. 22 and a half minutes past 5 o'clock at KMPC. The latest traffic conditions now from KMPC Airwatch. Big John McElhenney, and Big John, I'm going to check that out for sure in the radio file. We're saying, don't touch that dial. It's time for... Now you've got me confused. You said a friend of yours said Fibber McGee and Molly, huh?
We're talking with a young man driving Guard Mobile 1, the VHF radio, and
right.
he suggests perhaps that he remembers it was Fibber McGee and Molly.
Well, now, I'm going to go check for sure. The Frank Buxton, Bill Owen book is up there, and a couple, about 3 or 4 reference books that I have, and I'll check it out to make sure.
Okay.
And actually, maybe some of the members of the program listen to the show here, where that came from. But isn't that a terrible mental block when you're sure of something, and then you say, maybe I'm not sure?
But, you know, as you did that now, I still think, I agree with you, I feel it was Blondie, but he says... He doesn't want to give away his age, but he can remember that Fibber McGee and Molly.
Okay. Well,
okay.
All right, I'll check it out.
All right, well, let's talk about the traffic moving west along the Ventura Freeway. Actually, pretty good shape. You'll move away from the Hollywood a little bit slow at Laurel Canyon, picking up a bit, then slowing at the San Diego, and from about the San Diego on out to Winnetka, reduced speed, and I think you're running probably 30 to 35 miles an hour. The important factor, all lanes are open, and it's accident-free. Sepulveda Pass looks better than normal and lighter than normal, really. Coenga Pass, Sunset, over to the Ventura, you'll find some reduced traffic speeds, and once again, accident-free. Miss Pamela's flying the Big Orange.
John, I'm hoping it's Dagwood and Blondie, because I gotta confess I don't even know who Fibber McGee is.
Well, now, just a minute, Pamela. Fibber McGee and Molly, one of the big shows, now probably didn't get into New Zealand, though, did it?
Exactly. No, we probably censored them down there.
Well, his closet. He had the world's loudest closet. Fibber McGee would open up his closet, and suddenly there would be about 3 or 4 minutes of sound effects of junk falling out each time.
This is obviously an old radio show.
Yes, a very good old radio show, and as a matter of fact, I saw Fibber McGee, Jim Jordan is his real name, at a roast for Soupy Sales for the Radio Pioneers a couple of months back. And as a matter of fact, Jim was saying that he listens to KMPC, and maybe he's listening right now, and maybe we can check it out with him. He'll certainly know if that was the open to his program or not.
If he's listening, I apologize. Now, if I was, over 21 like Big John,
well, that's
and
true.
have got here a little earlier, maybe I'd remember.
It sounds like a Big John beep there. Is that John? Hello?
Pamela, listen, that Fibber McGee show, he had a very good friend, and this should ring a bell with you, love, Mrs. Buff Orpington, and her husband invented the chicken.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
And also remember, was it
Sweetie Pie? That's my big old wife.
Back to Miss Pamela.
Mr. Wimple. Well, we're at least enjoying our nostalgia
He's
here.
the one that doesn't squeeze the shaman, right?
What was the big radio show when you were a kid in New Zealand?
Life with Dexter.
Life with Dexter?
Right.
Would that originated over there, though, didn't it?
Yes, and I can remember if I was ever sick home from school and listening to the radio, because we didn't have television there, and so we'd listen to the radio in the morning, and they had 15-minute programs similar to the soap operas.
Yes.
And I used to listen to Portia Faces Life.
Yes. Well, that was, of course, over here, too. But Life with Dexter, was that a comedy show? Or
Yes,
was that...
it was.
Yeah.
And used to come on, I think, around about 5:30 in the evening, once again on the radio.
Yes.
And as children would all run in from playing outside to go and listen to that.
Well, that's great. Maybe you don't happen to have one of the old transcriptions of Life with Dexter that we might play a segment from, do you?
Just don't happen to have it right up here in the Big Orange.
Well, if you find it in your archives, let us know.
We can certainly acquire one.
Good. We'll play a little bit of it on the air.
Yeah, well, I've got a friend coming up from New Zealand. We'll get one from the New Zealand Broadcasting Commission.
Great. Thank you.
Right.
All right.
Now for the traffic from the Big Orange, all right? Having shown my ignorance now in early American radio, we'll go on to current American radio. Northbound San Diego Freeway, just got a little congestion now from the Corona Del Mar Freeway up to about the Santa Ana River. You're coming southbound on that freeway out of Long Beach. Excellent south of Seal Beach Boulevard. 605 freeway looking good. Eastbound 91 are disabled just east of Bellflower, not really distracting you too much. And the eastbound Pomona, start to hold the horses right around Rosemead, then it cuts loose about half a mile east of the 605. This is Pamela at the Big Orange, and here's Don Reed in Traffic Information Center.
And the great exodus from the Civic Center is coming off pretty well so far. It's all passable over to the east side and out the Pasadena Freeway. Have no big deals reported. Now I'm going to cast my vote for Blondie, Garrison.
All right, you think it was Blondie.
I do.
Don't touch that dial.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what my feeling. My first impression would have been Blondie.
Yeah, but you know, the minute you start to talk about it, then I'm not sure.
Is that true? We're so sure of ourselves until we start analyzing it.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I'll go check the files. And
Let me find out. I want to know.
I'll be right back here.
The Mystery Unravels, beginning January 14th, only on KMPC.
KMPC.
Yes, we found out. Larry Reed, Mr. Trivia, says it was Blondie.
I have fallen in love with you for the rest of my whole life through. Don't you know I was yours from the very day that you happened to come my way? Can't you see I'm under your spell? By the look in my eyes, can't you tell? Can't you tell? Now don't you know? Every beat of my heart keeps crying out, I want you so. Don't you know? Don't you know? Every beat of my heart keeps crying out, I want you so. Don't you
First million seller for Della, 1959, Della Reese and the Gary Owens Show, and don't you know?
Okay, that takes care of the cleaners and the bank.
Cleaners and the bank.
So, let's stop at the Colonel's for some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
The Colonel's, too? In that case, hoist the mainsail!
Hoist the what?
Let out the jib!
Who are you talking to?
Prepare to come about!
You're putting sales on the car.
To reduce gasoline consumption, my dear.
Just to go to the Colonel's?
At today's gasoline prices, these little side trips are getting pretty expensive.
But it doesn't take any extra gas to go to the Colonel's. He's right on the way home.
Oh, that's right.
And his prices are very reasonable. That's why we go see the Colonel so often.
All right, stow the mainsail, scrub the jib.
In Southern California, the Colonel's got more than 300 kitchens with chicken galore. Yeah, the Colonel's face is all over the place. He's your nearby chicken store.
And take off that silly sailor suit.
Well, just a minute. I was having gobs of fun. Oh, wordplay, 5-yard. I'm glad
I'll whoop the tar out of you for saying that.
Jolly tar. KMPC Sports Time. And, of course, Bob Steinbrink is here with it, brought to you by Wells Fargo Bank. With all its services, come in and claim your reward. Big John brought up the trivia question of, don't touch that dial. It's time for Blondie. And I'm almost certain that it is Blondie. I've checked the trivia experts at the station, Larry Reed, and he agrees.
Well, Larry Reed knows.
Yeah.
If Larry Reed says it's so, it is so.
Yeah, he has the biggest collection of anyone that I know of, of having old radio shows around.
He has that kind of a collection, too, huh?
He has one of those also, a profusely illustrated collection of old radio shows, and that was at Wallace Wimple. Do you remember Wallace Wimple on the Fibber McGee show?
Yes.
Hello there.
Yes.
It was almost a droopy
with
dog.
his thumb in his cheek.
Yes, right. One of those difficult voices.
Well, there's a straight line for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it was. Well, Mr. Sport, what's happening?
Do I have to follow that act?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. On sports at 6 tonight, Scott St. James' guests will be the Rams, Jack Youngblood, and Doug France, and Valley News sports writer Rick Talley. The Pittsburgh Steelers began workouts today for the Super Bowl January 20th in Pasadena. They will practice in Pittsburgh until Saturday, and then come west. 3 players missed the workout. Wide receiver Lynn Swan, who has the flu, guard Sam Davis, a hamstring pull, and guard Steve Corson has a sprained ankle. No change in the point spread on that game, incidentally. Mayor Bradley made a bet with the mayor of Pittsburgh today on the Super Bowl game. He bet a basket of California oranges against Pittsburgh's best beer and sausage. We haven't been told whether the mayor got any points or not for that wager. At Palm Springs, Arnold Palmer got a hole-in-one today, and he is only 2 shots out of first place in the Bob Hope Desert Classic. They finished the first round today because it was rained out. The first round was virtually rained out yesterday. Just a couple of players did finish. The tournament itself, a 90-hole affair, will wind up now on Monday. There's a 3-way tie for the lead. Bob Probin, playing west of the Mississippi for the first time, shot a 4-under par 68. He tied Jerry Pate and Keith Fergus. There's an 8-way tie for second place at 70. I beg your pardon, at 69, and a gang of guys at 70, and among them, Arnold Palmer. Some of the great old names of golf struggled a bit today. Gene Littler had a 72, Johnny Miller a 73, Dave Stockton 73, Al Geiberger a 74, Chichi Rodriguez 75, Miller Barber 78, Jerry Barber 83, and last in the field after the first round with an 85, Billy Casper. I guess we're all getting old. Wells Fargo Bank Treasury certificate rate effective now through January 16th is 11.858%.
Of California's 422 different banks and savings and loans, none pays higher interest on 26-week $10,000 Treasury certificates than Wells Fargo. And no one else offers the Wells Fargo reward. Maximum interest, a checking account at no charge, personalized checks, U.S. dollar traveler's checks, money orders, cashier's checks, a safe deposit box. Come into Wells Fargo for your Treasury certificate and claim your reward. Of course, federal law prohibits daily compounding of interest on Treasury certificates and requires substantial interest penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC.
The NASCAR's finest got out on the track for only about 30 minutes today at Riverside. Just 18 cars, 38 made it through technical inspection, but those that did get out ran under the yellow. None of them got up to speed. And this race marks the comeback after a 10-year layoff of Dan Gurney, who has won this race 5 times back in the 60s. 10-year layoff. Is Gurney nervous about that?
I really don't know. So far, I haven't been terribly nervous. Every once in a while, I wake up in the middle of the night and think about this or that, but I feel almost as though it was only a few years ago.
That's Dan Gurney, who'll be running in the Winston 500 at Riverside on Sunday. In tennis, John McEnroe and Vitas Gerulaitis won in the Grand Prix Masters tournament. Tonight it is Jimmy Connors against Bjorn Borg. Guard Earl Monroe has a nerve injury, will be lost to the New York Knicks for 3 to 4 days. The NBA Expansion Committee's given a preliminary endorsement to a Dallas group for placement of an NBA franchise in Dallas starting next season. Earl Bruce of Ohio State voted Coach of the Year by the American Football Coaches Association. A man who is not a candidate for the honor, Frank Cush, fired at Arizona State, is one of 3 candidates for the head coaching job with the Baltimore Colts. One other note on the Hope Tournament, another hole-in-one today by Keith Fergus, one of the 3 leaders after the first round. At Santa Anita, the 9th race won by Verbatim Bell, paid $5.20. Onette was the place horse. The 6'5 exacta paid $43. Daryl McCarg will be on Cam and draw a top weight of 124 pounds for the Santa Monica Handicap Saturday at Santa Anita. And the Angels have named Tom Zimmer, the son of the Boston Red Sox manager Don Zimmer, as manager of the Angels AAA Farm Club in Salinas of the California League. That's KMPC Sports, brought to you by Wells Fargo. With all its services, come in and claim your reward. This is Steinbrink. Now here's Gary.
All right, Bob, thank you. The latest traffic conditions brought to you by Mark C. Bloom from KMPC Airwatch, flying the Spirit of 710 Big John McElhenney. And John, I think we've got the answer for sure. First, before I give you the answer, Sally Weisler of Los Alamitos phoned in. She thought it was the Great Gildersleeve, but no, that's not correct. We did check the book. Thanks to Larry Reed's wonderful file, I misplaced my copy of the big broadcast, Frank Buxton's book, the ultimate book on radio trivia.
Right.
And it was indeed Blondie, and the announcer who used to say it was Howard Petrie. Don't touch that dial. It's time for Blondie.
Beautiful.
Time to listen to Blondie.
And we thank you, sir.
Yes, that's well, my pleasure. I should know that. I would think I would know that, being Mr. Trivia, but it slipped my mind.
That's 5 yards.
Okay. All right. We're going to try to talk Pamela into bringing her own transcription. She has about 10,000 of them of Life with Dexter she used to listen to.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
She'll do it.
All right.
She can do anything.
Okay.
You know, including put my lights out if I get
I know that.
Okay, for the Newhall-bound traveler, north on Interstate 5, you're looking just fine. All lanes are open. A little bit of slowing, Osborne Van Nuys Boulevard. Looks like 30 miles per hour. Then it's a nice ride right on through the pass up here. No rain, dry streets, and accident-free. West Ventura, you should average 30 to 35 miles an hour this evening. Usual slow spots, but once again, no accidents to report to you. For Mark C. Bloom, John McElhenney, we're flying the Spirit of 710. Here she is, the pretty lady, Miss Pamela.
Thank you, John. Another thing I've got to bring is transcripts of one of our early radio game shows. It's in the bag.
It's in the bag. How was It's in the Bag played? I'm afraid to ask.
It was a little bit like a Monty Hall. In the bag could be something good or something, one of those.
Oh, and you would either choose what was in the bag or what was not, or another prize of some
type
kind.
of thing. But the MC on that was a man called Selwyn Toogood. And
Selwyn Tooberg?
Toogood.
Toogood.
Yes. Selwyn Toogood, and he is the institution of New Zealand radio.
But now he's in an institution in New Zealand radio.
Everybody is.
Well, we're looking forward to that too, Pamela.
Oh, yes. Well, of course, we're still playing the reruns down there.
Okay.
These early radio things.
All right.
Returning to the downtown area, having a good look at that outbound Santa Ana. Your lanes are open for you, and the pace starts to pick up right around Atlantic Boulevard. Looks really good as you head on into Orange County. Southbound 605, transitioning from the South Santa Ana. We've got a little incident working on the right shoulder there. That will slow you a bit. And you'll find just sort of a moderate amount of traffic as you head on down towards the 91 freeway. 605 itself to the north of the Santa Ana was looking good, and that eastbound Pomona slowing now just from Rosemead over to the 605. This is Pamela in the Big Orange for Mark C. Bloom, and here's Don Reed in Traffic Information Center.
And for those departing the downtown section, Harbor, Santa Monica, all in through there. We have no reports, just the usual heavy stuff for this time of the evening. Nothing to worry about. And Blondie, you see I was right, Gary.
You're right, Don. It
right,
was. And
especially after you told me.
Well, Howard Petrie had a great voice. He was the announcer who used to say that.
I really can't say that I remember him, but I certainly remember that voice. That did the Blondie thing, because I don't know why, but something like that stays with you. Isn't it amazing how you remember a
week after week? And, of course, in those days, the announcers really were as much an integral part of the program as the star of the show. Don Wilson, always the big name, and the Jack Benny Show. You name the announcers. Carpenter.
And it was Penny Singleton played it, right?
She played
in
Blondie.
The pictures?
She played Blondie and also on radio.
Oh, did she play on radio?
She played on radio. And Arthur Lake.
You remember Jack Haley?
Yes, of course.
He was head of Variety, wasn't he? Or the Variety.
He had one called the Village something.
No. I mean, he was head of the Variety, Actors Variety, or whatever it is. I'm not sure.
Agva,
Agva. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one day I went over, I think it was on La Brea, I'm not sure, and I went over and had an appointment with him, and I was parking the mobile unit, and I looked up. I'd never seen Penny Singleton in my life, except in pictures, of course.
Right.
And here was a Penny Singleton standing out on the sidewalk, waving like mad in the mad mobile unit. She thought we drove by the place, and it's the only time in my life I ever
She
saw
was
her.
waiting for Mr. Dithers. She had a secret date with Mr. Dithers.
She was waving at the KMPC mobile unit. I always remember that.
Okay.
Talk to you later, Gary.
Thank you, Don. It's 17 minutes until 6 o'clock at KMPC, and it is 57 degrees in Hollywood.
These days, it makes a lot of sense to own a small car. Of course, small cars need small tires. And where do you find small tires at small prices? Mark C. Bloom. Southern California's leading tire dealer is also the small car tire headquarters for name brands like Goodrich, Uniroyal, Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlap, and more. With prices starting at a low $19.88 plus federal excise tax for black walls. Bloom's got small tires to fit just about every small car on the road. Volkswagens, Alfa Romeos, Toyotas, Fiats, Datsuns, Dodge Colts, and more. Hey, and don't forget that Bloom does service, too. Like Bloom's all-in-one dyno tune-up, the scientific tune-up. It's only $39.88 for 4 cylinders, $42.88 for 6 cylinders, and $45.88 for an 8-cylinder vehicle. So for all your service needs and small prices on small tires, head for your small car tire headquarters. Mark C. Bloom. You can't choose the right tire if you don't have a choice.
Boy, that's kind of fun to talk about the old radio days. We do that from time to time here, and so many of the great radio performers are still doing a lot of great jobs in cartoons these days, animated cartoons. And any number of them. I'm totally fascinated because as a child I grew up listening to their voices and meeting them and working with them in person. I'm still in awe. And when they work with me, they say, awe, get out of here.
The Sportsman Restaurant, a step into the famous sporting clubs of England and Monaco. The Sportsman Restaurant, where you'll find the largest private collection of Leroy Neiman's in the world, as well as a myriad of sports caricatures. The Sportsman Restaurant, where you'll discover the best quality beef and seafood selection in Orange County. The Sportsman, Orange County's newest restaurant sensation, serving Sunday champagne brunch, lunch and dinner, banquet meeting rooms available, entertainment nightly, located off Ball Road between the 57 and 5 freeways at 1168 South State College Boulevard, 1 mile north of Anaheim Stadium. Call 714-SPORT-02. Come join Ray Malavasi and his friends at The Sportsman Restaurant, where the professionals drink and dine.
You're invited to the Sportsman for Super Bowl Sunday Champagne Brunch, January 20th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. See the Super Bowl on a 10-foot giant TV, or make your Super Bowl dinner reservations. Have your celebration at Ray Malavasi's Sportsman Restaurant. Call 714-SPORT-02 for reservations. Some sports show tonight will be telling you about it. Scott St. James and his special guests on KMPC, now just 15-20 minutes away.
KMPC.
3 o'clock in the morning, and it looks like it's gonna be another sleepless night. I've been listening to your dreams and getting very low, wondering what I can do. Maybe I'm being foolish, 'cause I haven't heard you mention anybody's name at all. How I wish I could be sure it's me that turned you on. Each time you close your eyes, I've heard it said that dreamers never lie. You've been talking in your sleep, sleeping in your dreams, with some sweet lover, holding on so tight, loving her the way you used to love me. Talking in your sleep, with loving on your mind. Maybe I'm being foolish, 'cause I haven't heard you mention anybody's name at all. How I wish I could be sure it's me that turned you on. Each time you close your eyes, I've heard it said that dreamers never lie. You've been talking in your sleep, sleeping in your dreams, with some sweet lover, holding on so tight, loving her the way you used to love me. Talking in your sleep, with loving on your mind. You've been talking in your sleep.
Excuse me, you're talking in your sleep. Prefer that you wouldn't speak in Japanese, however. Listen, let me just translate this. Takayuki Kubota. Well, that's very good. I understood every word, Crystal, that you were saying there. Crystal Gale, 57 degrees, 11.5 minutes till 6 o'clock on the Gary Owens program. From KMPC, it's going to be a wet 24 hours, maybe 2 to 2.5 inches more rain.
Took my car in the other day and pulled right up in the service bay, and they tightened up this and replaced that and handed me a bill that curled my hat. I drove away. Boy, I got serviced that day. As far as my car goes, that still ain't fixed. This message was brought to you by Jimmy Dean Sausage and does not necessarily reflect the opinion of the management of this station, you hear?
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. I'm just saying good night to Marilyn here, and she's going out and she's going to buy some Jimmy Dean sausage tonight before she goes home and going to have it for dinner. Now, excuse me, and just in the meantime, I wanted to find my list of sports goodies, because as you know, Scott St. James will be along in a few minutes, and he's got a whole bunch of guys.
Engineers, software designers, and electronics technicians. There's a word for the kind of success we enjoy at the Advanced Products Division of Magnavox. It's called leadership. Not in TVs or stereos, products of our consumer division, but leadership in the design and manufacture of satellite-based communication and navigation systems. Systems so sophisticated, they will fix the position and velocity of anyone or anything, anywhere, on or near the Earth with 10-meter accuracy. Leadership. It's not an easy position to achieve. But then, Magnavox never set out to be second best. If you are an engineer, software designer, or electronics technician, there's a word for your future at the Advanced Products Division of Magnavox. It's called leadership. Investigate the exciting opportunities Magnavox will be offering in the engineering section of Sunday's LA Times Classified. Magnavox Advanced Products Division, an equal opportunity employer with challenge now and for the future.
At KMPC Sports at 6, Scott St. James going to have some very special guests again tonight from the L.A. Rams, Doug France and Jack Youngblood. I remember Jack's comment the last time he was on Scott's show. He says, we're going to there, referring to Tampa Bay. And they did. They did what Jack said they would do. And he played with a broken leg. I hope he's feeling okay right now. He says he's going to fly to the Super Bowl without a plane. If his leg is going to feel better by that time. Rick Talley, the famed sports writer, famed columnist for the Valley News, will also be on the show tonight. And last Friday night was a special one, too. Remember when Muhammad Ali came in, looked over the fabled equipment here at KMPC? Seems like only yesterday, and had some profound poems to say about it.
I'm sorry we just ran out of microphones, but we'll get around to you and give you a chance to really talk about this.
You mean we come all the way here, and you don't have enough mics, and you knew we were coming?
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to give you a poem about this show.
Uh-oh.
I love your show. I admire your style, but your equipment is so cheap, we won't be back for a while.
By Henry Gibson. Thank you, Muhammad. We were trying to think up a poem about our equipment here, but nothing quite fit like that did. Very, very apropos. From KMPC, it's Traffic Time. We're time to check out the things. Big John, how does it look in the spirit of 710?
I love it. For the folks north Hollywood, as we move into Don Reed territory, plan on reduced speed Vermont on into the Cahuenga Pass. Accident-free, lanes are open, but you're going to slow down to 20 miles an hour before you get through here and join that Ventura. Leaving the San Fernando Valley, we know of no accidents out there. Miss Pamela flying the Big Orange.
And, John, it's much better getting into the valley if you're coming north on the Golden State Freeway. I checked that from the East LA interchange right up into the Burbank Airport area. Wide open for you with no problems. The Ventura Freeway east of the Hollywood, that looks good as you head out towards the Pasadena-Glendale area. This is Pamela in the Big Orange, and here's Don Reed in Traffic Information Center.
And we have one spot that's attracting the attention of the troops. That's west on the Santa Monica Freeway. If you're headed out there, you'll find some stoplights right around Normandy. That's law enforcement activity on the right there. Those flashing lights, that's what's kind of slowing things down. But the lanes are open. It's all taken care of now, and everything is pretty much under control. That is the pattern now, Garrison.
All right, Don. We just had a phone call from Robin of Anaheim, and Robin said a later date, don't touch that dial, was used by Squeakin' Deacon on one of the local radio stations here in Los Angeles. Squeakin' Deacon also used that as an open.
Deacon.
But Howard Petrie wasn't the announcer on Squeakin' Show, I'm sure. Okay, thank you. We'll be back a little bit later here. Right now, let's go to Robinson's. Their biggest mattress sale ever is going on right now, including the big names in mattresses and box springs. Sealy, Simmons, and Spring Air. Just come into your nearest Robinson sleep shop and choose from their wide variety. 10 firmnesses, 50 styles in all. You'll pay just one low price per size. Looking for a twin? Well, they're all just 79 cents. I've done that again. I've got a stupid mental block about there's nothing in the world selling for 79 cents. Gary, you jerk. Oh, golly me, I'm sorry. Let me do it again. You'll pay just one low price per size. Looking for a twin? They're all just $79 per piece. A full? They're all just $109 per piece. How about queen size? All just $399 per three-piece set. Now, those represent savings of $40 to $150 per set. Good now through Sunday, January 13th, but that's not all. With each complete set purchased, they are giving away a heavy-duty bed frame as your bonus. So if you're really interested in taking care of all your sleeping needs once and for all, come right now to Robinson's for their biggest mattress sale ever. Now through Sunday, January 13th only. So if I were you, and I probably am, I'd zoom on over there. All Robinson stores except Palm Springs. Great deals at Robinson's, their biggest mattress sale ever. Going on right now. The Dirt Band is ready. Lay out some delicious sounding dirt for you. An American Dream, this is called at KMPC.
I beg your pardon, Mama, what did you say? My mind was drifting off on Martinique Bay. It's not that I'm not interested, you see. Augusta, Georgia is just no place to be. I think Jamaican in the moonlight, sandy beaches drinking rum every night. We got no money, Mama, but we can go. We'll split the difference, go to Coconut Grove. Keep on talking, Mama, I can hear your voice, it tickles down inside of my ear. I feel a tropical vacation this year might be the answer to this hillbilly beer. I think Jamaican in the moonlight, sandy beaches drinking rum every night. We got no money, Mama, but we can go. We'll split the difference, go to Coconut Grove. Voila, an American dream, where we can travel, girl, without any means. When it's as easy as closing your eyes and dream Jamaica is their big neon sign. It goes so easy with that rain falling down. I think a tropical vacation this year might be the answer to this hillbilly beer. And voila, an American dream. Yeah, we can travel, girl, without any means. When it's as easy as closing your eyes and dream Jamaica is a big neon sign. Just think Jamaican in the moonlight, sandy beaches drinking rum every night. We got no money, Mama, but we can go. Split the difference, go to Coconut Grove.
The Dirt Band, one of the leading members of that group, Lyle F. Dirt, said that it was kind of a strange thing that happened. He went to the airport the other day and his head set off the metal detector. Delta Airlines thinks flying is a lot more fun for two than one, especially on a long trip like Los Angeles to Atlanta. So Delta is making it easy for you to take someone you like along with a pair fare to Atlanta in the Southeast. And here's how it works. You pay the regular adult day or night tourist one-way fare to Atlanta, and then you take along someone you like for only $49 more between now and May 31st. So the pair fare saves you more than $200 each way in day tourist over two separate regular fares to Atlanta. What's more, Delta has the most non-stops, the most